Morning, everybody. The channeled song today is The Scientist. Coldplay, I think it is. It's I'm going back to the star. And this card was very important today. This is the Familiar. I'm going to show you up close. This is the Familiar. But that's not actually the name that I gave it originally. Originally, its name was the Origin, because the very first card that I designed during the 111 portal, I think it was 111, was the Fool. And this was based on that card. I essentially made like a tribal version of the Fool card, where it's just black and white. And I used a picture of my heron tattoo, and I ran that through the AI. And then when I combined it with the Empress card, this is what we got. So I went to go find it because I was using it for my very first. Should I talk about that? This card fell down. 5 of Cups. No, we're not going to talk about it. But I used it for something today. I was drawing inspiration. And I pulled one card from the Synchronicity deck and one card from the Tarot deck, and I got the Star, and I got the Origin. The Familiar. And those have similar vibes. I feel like I have to show you the Star now. Strength Confirmation. That was the card on the back of the deck. And those two cards together led to the design of something new. They're not totally dissimilar. They're not exactly the same either. Battery's very low. So I went and got my phone, right? And I got a hoodie because it's a little chilly. And I came back in here and I plugged it in. And as soon as I plugged it in, it said shutting down. And I had to wait for the reboot. There's something in the energy about that. Something happened that created a pause. But it was needed, it was necessary. I'm getting the pause before you take flight. That moment where you muster up your courage before you leap off the cliff. See, skydiving now. We've been getting this energy in the last week of people fucking up. Maybe it's the universe, maybe spirit is putting you in situations or calling back this energy where you feel like you fucked up. Because I don't know about you, but that still kind of triggers me. We were just talking about that. How when I'm taking my tests, I don't like to see that big red X. The perfectionist part of me doesn't like to be wrong. Even if it doesn't matter, I don't like to be wrong. I don't like to feel like I messed up. So, naturally, that's what's happening. I am being forced to confront those feelings. First it was the lasagna, right? I left the lasagna in 2 hours extra because I had tunnel vision, because I was working on something. And this time, I ordered groceries. And they got here at like 8:30. And I didn't remember that they were here until 5:30. And it wasn't like a lot of stuff that went bad, you know? It wasn't a lot of perishable stuff that didn't make it. But the problem is that I got tunnel vision again. That I let something fall again. That I fucked up. I don't like it. And I mean, nobody does, right? Nobody likes fucking up. But that's something that we haven't really had to confront that deeply because I'm pretty good about not fucking up normally. And then there's this energy of the flower of life is essential today also. There's this energy of needing to confront that part of yourself that doesn't want dragonfly, ego death, transformation, endings and beginnings, change. You might feel right now that like you need to fix it, like you need to get back on the ball, like you need to pay more attention. Like you can't get so sucked into what you're working on. That's fair. But you have also learned on this journey, or if you haven't yet, you're about to, that you cannot sit there and kick yourself. You've done that. You've been doing that. We don't do that anymore. We change the behavior. We work on ourselves. We do not let our failures define us. Integrating that shadow and using it to create positive growth and change. It's who you are. You are blessed. You are lucky. Because Spirit will never stop talking to you. Spirit will never stop trying to help you highlight these situations. It doesn't matter that you fucked up. What matters is what you do with it. We've got masculine twin energy here and the mirror. Maybe that's something that the masculines need to really hone in on right now too. Because this slingshot that we're all about to experience, this is masculine and feminine, it is interlinked. Both people involved in this dynamic are going to experience it. And this focus, this precision is a gift. But you cannot ignore important things in your life because you are so focused. You need to harness that energy and figure it out. Yes, what you're doing is important. What you're working on is important. But it's not everything. If one area in your life falls out of balance, all of it falls out of balance. And what we've been doing, this whole thing we've been trying where we're juggling, right? So many birds today, lots of sparrows. I'm going to Google what those mean. We've got deep thinking here. We've got a lot of water energy. We've got the psychic community and spiritual guidance here. There's been messages on messages on messages about all of the great things that are coming in and your connection with the universe and how it's growing and changing and shifting right in front of you. But everything that's within you, that's what will be reflected outwards. So when you're confronted with these feelings of lack or of worthiness wounds or whatever it might be, guilt and shame I'm hearing, you really just need to stand up and go, you know what? I can always improve, but I've done so much. Look at how much you've accomplished and surrender the rest. This is the tip of the iceberg, guys. There's so much in front of you. And it's going to require juggling. It's going to require multitasking. It's going to require you having multiple irons in the fire and you being kind to yourself and to others. Be observant of yourself and your surroundings and how you're feeling and why you're feeling that way. And really just take a moment to introspect here.